2017 is a big year for us Canadians.
Yes, not only is it Canada's 150th birthday, but it's also the 100th anniversary of the Battle of Vimy Ridge in France.
For Canada, this battle and World War I shaped our identity as a strong and independent country.
Which is why the Canadian Museum of Flight is putting on one heck of an air show to honor the Canadians who gave their lives for us during the battle.
Vancouver's Grant Hardy headed to the Canadian Museum of Flight in Langley, BC to learn about the special project they've been working on.
Being in the cockpit with the wind blowing in your hair, I could almost take myself back to the time and look down and see the trenches and the shell holes.
For retired pilot Alan French, flying in a replica biplane was like sitting in a time machine. Alan is part of a team at the Canadian Museum of Flight in Langley, BC that has built 3 replica World War I fighters, 2 Sopwith pups, and a single SE-5.
Pretty much everything was a biplane. They had 2 wings on either side, an upper set and a lower set. They're not really all that different in technology, basic technology from the modern airplanes. They have a wing, they have a tailplane, they have a rudder.
The planes are taking part in a very special celebration, the 100th anniversary of the Battle of Vimy Ridge in France. And according to Alan, victory at Vimy owed a lot to these aircraft.
They were the ones that provided the aerial reconnaissance. They tried to gain air superiority over the battlefield, which was the key to success of the Battle of Vimy Ridge.
Their importance to the war effort and Canadian aviation history is not lost on lead builder Ray Fessenden.
Vimy Ridge was really what put Canada on the map because that was the first time that Canadian soldiers had been commanded by Canadian officers. And from my understanding is that they did not follow the conventions that the British were normally used to. And that was one of the reasons for the success.
Successfully building the replicas took committed volunteers and many hours of hard work, and was not without its challenges.
We had very few people who had an aviation background, and so there was a lot of training involved. The challenging part was figuring out, okay, this is what's got to be done. How are we going to do it? Because the drawings didn't necessarily show it. And so it was a matter of us figuring out how we're going to. Unfortunately, dollars was one of our big holdbacks too, because we were waiting on bits and pieces to come in that were stopping the process.
Their dedication and hard work eventually paid off, and the planes were ready for their test flights.
Before the test flight, we were a little apprehensive as to what was going to happen. The big concern was not the flight, it was the landing. If the aircraft is difficult to handle, a new aircraft to a pilot can catch him off guard. The pilot who flew these said it was just totally predictable. Everything was exactly the way it was.
Knowing that they passed their test, I asked Alan to take me for a pre-flight pilot's inspection, which included feeling the propeller and wings and getting into the cockpit.
I use my iPhone for navigation.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And so we have a couple of USB ports down there for charging your iPhone.
USB ports, now that is my kind of aircraft.
Well, good. It was a pleasure.
Awesome, thanks. It was fun getting to sit in the plane, but as they were disassembled for shipping to France, Ray summed up the team's feelings.
I think it's fantastic that these aircraft are going to fly over Vimy, and I'm going to be very proud to be there.
I don't know about you, Molly, but to see a group of people work tirelessly to accomplish a project like that, I'm definitely moved by it all.
Of course, a battle isn't something to celebrate, but it's important to honor those who made sacrifices or lost their lives for our country. And this is an incredible way to do so.
In addition to the Vimy 100 flyover, the planes will also be flying coast to coast across Canada, including a flyover of Parliament Hill for Canada's 150th birthday on July 1st.
If you would like to learn more or donate to help fund the rest of the project, you can visit our website, canadianflight.org.